Yeah, kid. That's not how we do. That's not how we roll. Yeah, kid. Real quick though. Yeah, kid. I need this live link though so I can send it to my peoples. Normally we don't be doing none of that though. But I do want to send this one joint to my man. I'm like, yo, let me know when we're going live. I should keep doing that. Here we go. Share this link real quick. Give me a second though. Yeah, kid. All right, we ready. That should be it. Let's get it. We ain't waiting for no more people. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes. She like,
ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
on Friday.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
That's
Ooh
that.
la la, ah wee wee.
Bless
Ooh la
that.
la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la. Looking for ends.
Looking for ends like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Because over here on my side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, when the people don't be acting flaky. Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you diddy to the left, take that, and exit stage left, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time, and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking, but you know how I do. You know how I plainly start show. Tony, there was no other way. We ain't in game now. And we is in the end game, people. We in the end game because it's Friday. Best day. Blessed day. So if you're alive, then all praise is due to the Most High, because you could have not woke up this morning. You could have been 6 feet under. You had plans for the weekend to do what you want. Yeah, kid, that feeling. You could have woke up this morning, had plans for the weekend to do what you like to do, and don't wake up. Don't have the weekend in front of you. And now you did it in done, like you were residents from Queens. You did it in done. So it's a blessed day. It's a blessed day. Friday, as I like to say, if you woke up. So all praise is due to the Most High. If you on the books this morning, we used to always in the box, we was locked up like, yeah, kid, I'm on the books. Even though you in the box, even though you got cancer, no matter what you may be going through, if you on the books, at least you're above ground and you're alive. So we always want to give praises to that. No Juma today, unfortunately, couldn't go get the spiritual armor that I needed, which is going to lead us into our first topic, brief topic though, about dealing with disappointment. How do you handle when you don't get your way? Because a lot of times niggas be having little attitudes, get a little mad, and I fall, subjected to that too. Not as much as I used to, through maturity and living off locks, or living off experience like the locks, I should say. You learn to deal with disappointment. You learn how to, maneuver through when you don't get your way. And that's the job that I deal with when I deal with, kids, etc. When you see how they don't get their way, how they have little funky attitudes, and I got to tell them, like, yo, just because you don't like something, just because you got to do something you don't want to do. And today I wanted to go to Juma, but I had to go to work early today. I got off early, but I couldn't go to Juma. Y'all know on Friday, that's why I say it's the blessed day, it's the best day. Because for me personally, I need to get that spiritual armor. I don't know how you deal with everyday life. I don't know how you get through your trials and tribulations, or what you use to lean on. Not a lean back, but a lean on. Some of it's maybe smoking, drinking, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, whatever you go through. I'm being funny. You might be on some spiritual shit. You might be on some meditation shit. For me, it's hearing a good word, and then that helps me through the week. Because what Jigga said, it's hard not to kill niggas. It's like a full-time job not to kill niggas. Niggas test you. When your gun goes warm, and growing up in the ghetto, living in the ghetto, as Jadakiss said, it's rough in the GHETTO. Gotta learn how to hear no evil and see no. You could wild out. You could come out your apartment ready for work, ready to do whatever. You could be in the store trying to get a motherfucking smoothie, and somebody's there trying to get a chopped cheese. He was first, but the person behind the counter, they making your smoothie first. So now it's a problem. And y'all remember the brother that unfortunately the mailman guy? We're up in here, Harlem, 7th, Lenox. And what about the east side? The brother downtown Harlem, right? That got stabbed up, unfortunately. Who was right, who was wrong, who was first, rather. And we live on YouTube, and we live on Instagram, as we are every Friday night. And of course, I got my own video at the bottom, so I can get my own personal footage. So if you see me looking around, if you're new here, this is what we doing. He got stabbed up. Just came on a little lunch break. Thought you was going to get your little chopped cheese. It could happen in an instant. So for me, personally, Juma is what helps me. And I couldn't go today. I was disappointed. Still got to pay my bills, just like the rest of you motherfuckers. We still got to go march the wooden soldiers. But now bringing it to some of the work that I do with dealing with the young adults. And I believe the children are our future. Like Whitney Houston said, the children is the future, right? At least allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of. So we be preaching, and it's true, whether you believe it or not, because the older, in the natural order of things, we supposed to go first. We don't supposed to bury our kids supposed to bury us. So if you're older, then the chances are how it's supposed to go in the natural order of things. You go first, then your kids bury you. So as we raising up the kids, some of them be a little disappointed when they got to do certain shit. And the question I pose here before we get into some other trending topics is just to open the show. Y'all know how we do. We give thanks on a Friday. We happy to be here, and we give a little monologue about, something on a smaller scale. Is it the parents' fault when kids don't get their way, they show out? Are we failing them when we don't teach them how to deal with disappointment, how to deal with not getting your way? Because what I tell them all the time, this is going to continue. unless you somebody special, you're an anomaly, and you're just going to get your way through your whole life. You're going to meet disappointment, especially as a guy, right? Like we hear a lot of times, what happened? I'm jumping all over, but the point is still relevant. The brother out in Brooklyn, right? The two twins, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of. He was trying to holler at one of them. They curved him. He didn't like it, so he got the knife, came back, killed one of them. And when you was reading in the comments, a lot of the women, a lot of people, men don't know how to deal with disappointment, and you got to learn how to take a no, and woo, and And I agree with that. Young boys, young men, the natural order of things most times is you hollering. Hey, Ma, what's up? You know what I mean? And we going to get high tonight? Let me holler at you for a minute. Right? Get in the car. Don't touch none. Just sit in the car. You going to holler. Women don't really holler, especially if they look good, they cute, etc. Everybody on their body. You're going to be the one that holler. And you're going to be the one that meets the rejection. And they be like, nah, I'm not feeling you. You're a little sloppy. You don't do it for me, or whatever the answer is. That's rejection. You have to learn how to deal with that. And I think men, or young boys rather, we kind of get that early. Not all, because you do have some that don't develop the emotional intelligence to deal with rejection. But overall, it's like you hollering, so you're going to be rejected. It's a numbers game. If you hollering, you might get a lot of no's. But eventually you might get that yes. She might say, yeah, you could buy me a little coffee and a little donuts, and we could go out, we could go to the movies, or we could do whatever. As kids, male and female, boy and girl, even as an adult, you may have to do things that you don't want to do. You don't like doing. You feel not beneath you. That's probably not what I'm looking for. You're going to have to do shit that you don't want to do. Coming in on your day off. Missing a religious service, or, doing a task that's not in your description. You may have to do that. How do you handle that? How do you get past that is very important. And before we get off that topic, I'll just, everybody say like, yo, in your own household, do what you want to do. Why you worrying about how I'm raising my kids in my house? That's what a lot of people will raise their hand and say, like, nigga, these is my kids. I birthed them kids. I had them kids. Who the fuck is you? Like, who the fuck you think you talking to? Who are you to tell me how to raise my kids? But we always come back to, I could be a good parent. You could be a bad parent. And that's here nor there in the grand scheme of things. But in this perspective, you could be a good parent. I could be a bad parent. I'm raising my kids right. You're raising your kids wrong. Once we open the doors to go to school, and summertime is almost over. Today is August 1st. You know what I'm saying? Football season is about to kick off, even though it might be preseason. Yesterday, the Chargers versus the Detroit Lions, and the Chargers won 34-7. Spanked them boys, right? Spring is in the air. Today felt like, after that heat wave, last couple of days heat wave, if you don't know, anything over 90 degrees, 3 days consecutively, that's a heat wave, and we just kind of came out of that. And today felt real good. A little 77, a little 80. You feel a little good. Fall is in the air. Football might be back. We have to equip our young youth with dealing with rejection, dealing with doing things they may not want to do, and it also goes bigger than that, right? When you see the MTA worker, the post office worker, whether they man, or woman, and we be like, yeah, this bitch is miserable. She hate her job. She don't want to really be here. She want to be doing something else. But where life got her at right now, where life has him at right now, you're doing some shit you don't want to do. We all have choices. You can pick and choose. Like, oh no, that's not for me. I'm not with that. I'm not rocking with that. I'm a bounce. I'm a spin the block, do something else. But the reality is, you got kids, you got bills. You want to get your little motherfucking Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. You want to drink your little latte. You want to smoke your little reefer. You want to do what you want to do. Oh, how are you going to do that? You got to work to do that. So you may be at a job that's not really your passion. You may be doing something that you don't really want to do, and you got to do it anyway because you got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? You got bills to pay. So although you may not want to do it, you still got to do it. But you do it professionally for some of us, right? Harlem Love, what's the word? And we live on Instagram and we live on YouTube. Y'all know how we go every Friday night. Happy Friday, you know what I mean? The mature of us, the ones who learn to deal with disappointment the ones of us who learn that we don't always get our way, and sometimes we may have to do stuff as a child or as an adult that we don't want to do, but it's all in your attitude. So I just say that to point that out, to say that, you know, some of the kids that we deal with, you know what I mean, summertime, summer youth programs, so we dealing with them. You know, some of them don't, you know, they don't like that they got to do, you know, X, Y, Z. Let's just say X, Y, Z, right? I won't really give the tasks on what we have them do, right? They don't like doing X, Y, Z, so they get an attitude. That translate, if it's not nipped in the bud or dealt with in a healthy manner, to when you get older. And now when you come in the store, you know, they don't greet you, they don't say hi to you, you know, they angry, they miserable, some of them. Let's just keep it a buck, because everybody's not going to be rich, everybody's not going to be the CEO of a company, you're going to be a boss babe or a boss guy. Rick Ross, I'm being funny, but I'm not. Everybody's not going to have those titles and operate in those spaces. Somebody got to drop the bus. Somebody got to pick up that stinky, nasty ass garbage. And I've done that before. All of a whole week. And it wasn't for me. And I'm okay with that. Some people like, nah, that's for me. You can be a teacher, you love teaching, but you may not love who you're teaching, because the pay is shit. You don't get paid a lot. I think teachers should get paid a whole lot of money. Should get paid $100 an hour. If it was me, right? If I rule the world, to be dealing with some of these kids, and I only deal with them on a small, micro level, maybe for a couple of hours. Although that still could, maybe some people be like, nah, that's still a lot. When you're dealing with them 4 or 5 hours a day, that's a lot on some days, not all days. As opposed to a teacher, you know, when class start 8 to 3, you know what I'm saying? And you're dealing with them on a long-term basis every day, day after day, day in, day out, and they telling you the SMD, or they got their head in the clouds, etc. And this is the last thing I'll speak about the kids, as far as parents. If we teaching them how to operate in spaces of being disappointed and accepting that they may have to do some shit they don't really want to do. And that's having that same energy. You know how we be like, yo, keep that same energy. Nigga be quick to be like, yo, keep that same energy, my guy. I see you talking this shit. I see you defending this shit. But when it comes to this shit, keep the same energy. Y'all know how people be in the comments, under a particular post and what have you. We need to keep the same energy, or teach our kids how to keep the same energy when it comes to talking about the eyelashes, the lip gloss, wearing your pants baggy low, the new Jordans, what's real, what's fake. You know what I'm saying? And some adults be on that level too. Arrested in their development. Yo, those is fake, man. You can tell those, and you got those is not going. Like, some niggas be going real hard over what's real and what's not real. And the red pill, the blue pill, what's really real? Is it real, son? Is it really real, son? Let me know it's real, son, if it's really real. Something I can feel, son, loaded up and kill, son. You know what I mean? Like when I was a little stereo, I listened to the champion. I always wonder when I would beat a method cow. Like, is it real, son? Is it really real, son? If it's really real, son, if it's really real. Who gives a fuck if it's real or not? I don't. But some of us really do be going hard. Oh, those who came with the fake, blah. Why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place. We need to teach them to have the same energy, that feeling, talking positive about themselves, or putting that energy behind themselves to be greater, the same way they have in how they wear their clothes. What, you know, what's on their book bag, the designer, you know, the little fans they be carrying and having, the hairstyles, you know, little belly button rings and shit. And, you know, I say that respectfully. Even though Uncle Murder say, y'all like how I disrespect niggas respectfully. Y'all know what happened, but y'all don't care. Y'all still want me to talk about the shit every year. Crazy, crazy, shit crazy. No, respectfully, because this is who I deal with sometimes. Some of your daughters, some of your sons, your little nephews, your little nieces and shit. They be worried about all these variety and different things, trying to find out who they really are. And you know, we all can recall when we was younger, how we was coming up, you know, how we was trying to find ourselves, what we put our energy into. Oh, those is fake. Oh, you know, woo, 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 As soon as when you tell them to, you know, you going to college this year? I'm going to college in September. Oh, what you going to be studying? How many schools you apply for? And, you know, get up and give an affirmation. Tell us something positive. Give us some encouraging words. It's crickets. A lot of times it's crickets. And you're like, damn, you are 17. You are 18. You are, you know, 19. You going to college. You woo, you And we was talking about the latest drill music. You all in. And we talking about how to roll up. Yeah, bud, that would be bud, marijuana, poison, you know what I mean? Like hocus pocus, the 20 sack pyramid type shit, for those that's in my age bracket. And we talking about the chronic. And we talking about that, then they got the energy for it. And we talking about the designer, they got the energy for it. And we talking about who got their ass whipped, who was woo-woo, what's the latest TikTok trends, they got the energy for it. And we talking about stand up, be proud, or some I'm black and I'm proud shit, or just stand up and just give us some encouraging words or something positive. They're looking around each other, they don't really know, and not all of the kids, because we're not gonna, you know, put no whole blanket over all of the kids, because some kids can give it to you 1, 2, 3, and then some kids can't. Some kids as easily can express themselves. Some kids you gotta find inventive ways to pull it up out of them, and you know, be a coach, you know, in that sense, or a motivator, you know what I mean, a mentor to get it out of them. To say, nah, the same way you talk about the new rap song, or you talk about the new TikTok video, or what's trending, you need to be able to express yourself and communicate and get your point across in a room full of your peers. That's what's missing from a lot of kids. Not all kids. Not all kids. Oh, but you're black. I'm only going to speak from that perspective, because that's who I am. That's who I deal with. You know, and it's eye-opening. It's eye-opening to see that some got the energy for, obviously, the fuckery, the negative shit, and when it comes to something positive, the energy ain't the same. The clipper, what's the word? That's our job as parents, as uncles, as older cousins, as brothers, sisters, siblings. What I'm telling you is I'm not an educator. I got my GED right after completing ABE, and I know how to count 1, 2, 3 right up north in 1998 in Elmira, right? Not the smartest, I'm not one of the brightest of minds. You know, that's not even shortchanging myself. Saying somebody say, I forget the dude name, he be trending a lot. And this is old news, but it's real relevant to real quickly. Paint my point. Motherfucker, man. Damn. I'm gonna have to start. My phone is hot. I'm gonna have to start finding a place to put my phone. Maybe I'll put it right here. That's what I probably should do. I probably should hang it. I'll probably start trying to hang my phone. We'll figure it out. Probably start trying to hang my phone because it's hot. Anyway, y'all remember the Jim Jones and the Nas shit, right? We ain't gonna hatch or, you know, recant every single thing. I'm only bringing that up in one of the posters recently. I think it's like yesterday or today. This big YouTuber, this big influencer online, he like, yo, I understand and woo talking about Jim Jones, and you should never say that you know, nobody's better than you, etc. But I pointed that out to say, like, a lot of times you know if somebody's better than you or not. You ain't really got to dance around or act like you can do something better than somebody else when you really can't. I'm not no, you know, real big educator, you know what I mean? But I still deal with the youth from time to time. And What I feel was missing, and message-wise, is us letting them know that they need to keep that same energy when it comes to advocating for themselves, bigging up themselves, speaking in front of their peers, or doing something positive in front of their peers, the same way they listening to the new hip-hop song, the same way they doing a new trend, the same way they treat other things. That's what's missing, because, you know, like it or not, we could talk about, but you're black, or other races and ethnicities, etc., how they do things, you know, and what have you. And, you know, obviously social media, everything not real, especially if you leave it up to the officer, right, who is defending those officers in Jacksonville or wherever they was at, where they knocked out the brother window, punched him in the face, sucker punched him, and you're like, yeah, social media is not real. And social media a lot of times is not real. So he wasn't really capping. But you are lying, you are being misleading when you say we didn't see what we saw. And, you know, obviously social media can craft a narrative that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily accurate. The last thing I'll get off before we lead into this next topic is I try to tell the kids, like, keep your integrity intact. Keep your integrity intact in the sense of people, once they have an idea of you, once they have a narrative of you, even if it's not true, right? They can say, "Oh, you talk too much," right? And you don't talk too much. It just may, you know, happen to be that when you're around them, you may express your opinion. You may express your thoughts on the thing, whether you was asked or you wasn't asked. But the narrative would be like, "Oh, nah, you talk too much." Nah, I don't talk too much. When I'm around you, I may not just let anything fly because you're just running off at your mouth, and I gotta check you. I mean, chickadee, check yourself. So I'm not gonna just let you get away with anything. But overall, in the totality of things, I don't talk too much. And I'm just not talking about me personally. I'm talking about how narratives is spent through the media, social media, and through the news, etc., which we'll get to the next topic. People may be like, "Yo, you such and such," but that's not really the case. It may happen 1 or 2 times, but that's not your whole track record. But what I tell a lot of the kids, you know, for instance, like, you know, you got good kids, you got bad kids, and I don't really want to use those terminologies in a negative way, because I used to tell my sons, right, some days you're going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You may need a day to not detox, decompress. That's what the word. To not go to school, to have a self day, to, you know, think about things and not be around everybody, just to self-reflect, to self-evaluate. Then you go back re-energized and charged and ready to go. But tell the kids, like, "Yo, your track record and your integrity is everything. I don't give a fuck on what platform, what space you operating out." And although I don't really curse like I curse on the channel, y'all know on the channel I can curse like a motherfucker. That's all we do over here is curse sometimes, because that's how I feel. Sometimes the message need to be delivered. Sometimes I feel that that's how the message is going to resonate. To get up here and I can try to talk like an Urkel or some smarty pants that been to, you know, Howard University or Yale, and that's not me. I got my GED in Elmira in 1998 after completing ABE, and I can count 1, 2, 3, etc. That's not who I am. So for me to try to get up here and use big words and vernacular and make y'all impress y'all, one, I would never do that. But my point is, I couldn't even try to pull that off, because that's not who I am. I only could be who I am, and I am who I say I am. And if I wasn't, then why would I say I am, right? So I tell the kids, like, listen, safeguard your integrity, because if you're known to be a troubled kid as opposed to not being a troubled kid, if you're giving us pushback when we're telling you to do certain things and the other kids are not, we're going to constantly, a narrative is being built about you. Whether it's all the way true in its totality or not, in certain spaces is going to be true. It's like, yeah, every time we tell them to line up, every time we tell them to put the chairs up, every time we tell them, yo, we walking over here, you always got the face on, you got the sourpuss face, you got the attitude, you never come prepared, you always got an excuse. These are the things that people start to view you through the lens. Like, nah, this such and such, they always late. Such and such, they always got pushback. Such and such, they always, doing X, Y, Z. And you'd be like, damn, why always when we tell y'all to do something or we giving y'all a directive, you giving us pushback? Whereas some of the other kids, they just do it. So integrity, as I was telling one of the students yesterday, students, participants, etc. I'm like, we all in the car, right? And I'm taking y'all someplace, and it's 4 of y'all in the car, right? And $100 gets stolen. Whoever I caught in a lie, whoever I caught giving me bullshit, whoever I caught, giving pushback, or the situation may not be ideal, I'm gonna look at you like, nah, you stole that. As opposed to the other kids, the other 3 people in the car, always on time, or never got caught in a lie, never caught them, coming in late, trying to sneak and do some, underhand shit to get over. You know what I mean? Like, you always trying to get over or get under. You know what I mean? I'm gonna look at you as the #1 culprit of what it is. Whether you like it or not, whether it's true or not, that's how we work as humans. It's like Kareem Akbar. He is the true leader of the C&B, and if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. So that's just, open up. But let's get to some other shit, though. It's Friday night, a lot of trending topics. Let's talk about this mass shooting shit, right? Unfortunately, here we go again. Like, here we go again. Or some DMX shit. Here we go again. And say that plainly, but not really, because it's a sad thing when life is lost. When obviously when people get gunned down, obviously the human body, was not made to, be able to take the punishment of bullets, especially of MRs and AR-15s and certain semi-rifles and automatics, or even certain type of knives and shit like that, bombs blowing up, shrapnel. We're not made to withstand those type of assaults and attacks on our bodies. You know what I'm saying? And in New York City, a couple days ago, I believe on the 28th, today is August 1st, so it's the first day of August, as we start creeping into football season, basketball season soon come, right? And we will be back going live every single day for the basketball season, as we did last year with NBA Picking with Pop. Definitely when Sunday Fun Day kicked off. Haven't really been talking about the NFL preseason and all that shit, as of right now, because it was just one game yesterday. I believe Sunday is the first day of preseason games. It's just a side note. It's not really a topic right now, because the Chargers did beat Detroit, the Lions. But anyway, we had a mass shooting in New York City, right? For my job, I was, whether you want to say preview, I don't know if that's the right word, but we had to work the area. We was down there, with, in the vicinity or the area where it happened at. Not that I wanted to do that shit, because I really didn't. It's not no knock on that. Sometimes we got to do jobs we don't want to do. We just talked about this in the last topic. Now we on to this one. What I want to talk about this is, I was talking with some of my co-workers today about the brother, Shane, I think that's his name. I don't really know his last name. I seen it, but I don't recall it. Anyway, walking downtown with the big AR, right? Or whatever he had, you know what I'm saying? Went and put the paint in, etc. Killed the lady, what's her name? Wesley LaPaula, right? From Blackstone Financial Company, etc. And y'all know, I'm not quick to just believe any and everything that the media says. That's one thing on my channel. You know, we're going to call a spade a spade. It just is what it is. We're going to give you my analysis, my viewpoints, and how I see it. Sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. Most of the time I'm right. I said, y'all been living in New York City my whole life. I've been living right here. I'm from New York. And anytime it's an issue with whether it's a man, a policeman, a regular civilian, a woman, right? And they get out the car, they walk a certain distance with a bliggity blow in their hand, a pum pum pow pow, right? Niggas, what niggas is doing? First, niggas is getting down, niggas is getting out the way, and if you from the GHETTO, then this is something unfortunately that you see all of the time. You see, I won't say mass shootings, because what mass shootings now is classified as, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or more people shot at one time. I believe that's what mass shootings. I don't want to say 5, but for some reason I'm thinking 3 or more, right? 3 or more people shot at one time. You pew pew, you pow pow. Unfortunately, in my own personal life, I've seen that happen mad times. When mad people get shot at, right? At one time. Seen it mad times. That's not to brag. That's not to say that makes me tough or seeing shit that you can't unsee. It's unfortunate, right? Because most of the time it's, but you're black. It's black on black. It's over some drug shit. It's over a bitch. Like Jada said, a lot of niggas got killed because of their ego. Either over a bitch or a couple of C notes. It's rough in the GHETTO. It's over some bullshit. See a nigga come out, get mad, try to shoot, kill a nigga, you hit the wrong person, little kids get killed, grandmothers get killed, Mama Z, etc. You know the vibes, right? But a massive shooting, to my understanding, 3 to 4, definitely 3 or more, right? So we seen this. We do see this in the ghetto where we from. We've seen it all over, in Charleston. We see it in different places now. And in America, and this is America, don't catch you slipping, no, we see it often because of the certain laws that's in place, whether you mentally disturbed or not. And this person, Shane, allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, we're going to use those words. He was mentally deranged. He was crazy. He was deranged. He was out of his fucking mind, right? Said that the NFL, you know, he had CTE. The NFL made him drink a gallon of antifreeze. And as you listening to the story, I'm saying, damn, I've been here my whole life. Even though I was blessed to travel outside the country a few times, I've been blessed, right? More than one occasion. More than 1, 2, Mexico twice, Bahamas, Jamaica. Maybe like 4 or 5 times, right? I've been out the country. And I hope to travel again. Since I've been here, as a kid, born and raised, anytime there's somebody with the bliggity blow, niggas first get down, you get low, and what Big said, I was told to shoot out, stay low, keep firing, keep extra clips for extra shit. Like, you're going to get low, oh shit, niggas shooting. You're going to get low, you're going to locate where the shot's coming from. Some of us is brave enough, bold enough, we going to run to the shots. Some of us going to go the other way as you wising up and you fucking learn, like, oh, for years I've been running to the fight. For years I've been running to the shooting. Now I'm running away. I'm trying to get the fuck out of Dodge because I want to live. And like Big Pun, I just lost 100 pounds, nigga. I'm trying to live. Can I live? Some jigger shit? Can I live? Dun, dun. Can I live? Can I live? I'm trying to get the fuck away from the fuckery because I want to live. Pointing all that out to say, you seen the picture. You didn't see no video though, did you? Right. You didn't see no video and all these cameras downtown, right? As we was walking downtown and shit in the area that this shit happened at, circling the blocks, passing out the flyers and trying to bring awareness to mental health, to be gun violence, you know, and things of that nature, even though people was blowing passes like it was nothing, like they didn't really give a fuck, and a lot of them probably really didn't give a fuck, because it didn't happen to them. It didn't happen to their family. and what we speak about on this channel a lot, right? Mothers against drunk driving, fathers and parents against, gun activity. A lot of times you're not going to become an activist. You're not going to be an advocate of anti-violence. What to do, my guy? You know the vibes. Jay, what's the word? A lot of times you're not going to be an activist. You're not going to be an advocate for gun violence until something in your family happens. To one of your little cousins get killed. And they killed your cousins and them, and you ain't going to do shit? No, man, we going to go out here, we going to kill all them niggas. Y'all know the famous Menace to Society scene, right? When old dog was in the car with Kane, and he like, yo, hoping ain't no old folks out here. Niggas look back at him like, nigga, there ain't going to be no old folks out here. It's fucking 12 o'clock at night. What the fuck is old people doing out here? We gonna go out here, we gonna kill all them niggas, and I don't give a fuck who's out here. Y'all familiar with that, right? If you a little young, then you might not know. But for those that's been around, then you know. This is how we resolve it. We resolve it, before I get back to the point that I want to make. We resolve it by first knowing that gun violence is not always the way. Violence is not always the way. You can talk some things out. You can have an open correspondence. Now I get it, right? Because I'm an anti-violence now, and even though I just got in this work on YouTube and on my channel, Popovich TV, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We've been telling people, we've been advocating for not running to that yakisobe and that chili con corn line. I've been on that line 3 times. It's not a brag. It's not a flex. Because I've been to mad different jails. None of that's a flex. What's a flex is staying free, using your brain. Use your brain, like Tupac said. It's not them that's knocking us off. It's us that's knocking us off. It's a different way to handle things. Now, if somebody killed my moms, somebody did some unthinkable shit, you know what I mean? Obviously, niggas is going to be wanting to get back. That's just reality. It's not to say that it's right. It's to say that some people ain't having it. You know what I mean? It was like, nah, you raped my sister. You killed my baby, and you did certain things. So some things people may not be ready to want to talk about it. But that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm making is that where's the video? Where's the video? Because we see the still picture. He walking, got the afro, got the jump off, got the jacket on, right? Walking into the building. This is broad daylight. This is fucking downtown Manhattan, in the shopping area where Gucci, Fendi, Prada, you know what I mean? All the stores is at. Maybe a few blocks up, or not a few, but a few avenues up. I believe Gucci, Fendi, and all that shit is on 5th Avenue or Madison. I think it's 5th Avenue. This happened on Park. So a couple of blocks up. Nonetheless, still in the same area. Nobody pulled out their phone. Nobody got him walking into the building. Where's the cameras from the eye in the sky? And y'all seen the movie, or maybe you didn't. With the dude that played in Transformers. LeBeau, whatever the fuck his name is. And they were saying he was crazy, he went crazy. Eagle Eye, right? The Eagle Eye, and they were showing you how, even through your phone, they could follow you through the eyes in the skies, all of these different new technologies. Where's the video at? Not that I want to see people get taken off the board. Where's the video at, right? And we know that the cop, Daru Islam, may the Most High have mercy, may the Most High, give them paradise, right? Because it was him and 3 other people who perished, and obviously the shooter killed him, killed the security guard, killed Wesley Laporta or Lapata, if I'm saying her name right, and she got swept under the rug. We're not really talking about her position at Yellowstone and the financial company and the billions of dollars that they deal with and pass through their hands, and it starts to get a little conspiracy theory-ish. And I only say that to say, I don't know, the inner workings of gematria, how the numbers and stuff work, but I say, damn, I've been in New York City my whole life, even though I've been out the country. That's why I started with that. anytime it was shooting that I seen, in today's time, not maybe in the 90s, wasn't really no cell phones, wasn't really a lot of cameras in the sky like it is now. Today it's almost impossible. We spoke about this. If you got a camera in your building where you live, soon as when you walk out of your apartment, if it's a camera in your hallway like it is in mine, to the time you walk out your building, to the time you get to the train station or the bus or wherever you going, you on camera. There ain't no getting around that. I don't care how much your poo shiesty is tucked tight. I don't care how many hoodies you got tightened up. When you walk out your building, your frame, your weight, your walking pattern, how you move, all that shit is on camera, my nigga. It ain't no getting around that. You ain't out spooking the spooks. You're not gonna out technology or out tech the big tech. You're not. Soon as when you walk out of your crib, even if you don't got no cameras in your building, which may be a stretch for 2025, your neighbors got the Ring phone. Now they got the, not the Ring phone, the Ring camera, the Blink camera, all these different doorknobs and cameras that they could just look at on their phone. Oh, some movement, like your cat start moving in your house, your phone turn on. Somebody come by your door, camera turn on. Like, you're not gonna escape that. And moving forward, I don't see none of us escaping that. The point being, nigga drove all the way from Vegas. And I've been to Vegas twice. My 40th birthday, took Keys, went for Dion. I've been to Vegas like 5 or 6 times. That's one of the places that I've been to the most in addition to Atlanta, right? Houston, Atlanta, Vegas on some Drake shit. Vegas I've been to mad times. All the way from Vegas, no cameras, no nothing, no, you just walk in town like looking like the Terminator and who you killed. Oh, the 33rd floor, you end up making it up there, but the NFL, when you start looking at all the little small details, you start to scratch your head, at least I do, and say, something don't seem right. Then they show his old footage being a high school, not even NFL, because he used NFL and y'all got CTE, etc. You never was in the NFL. You was a prospect, but you was a prospect from high school. You ain't LeBron James. You ain't Kevin Garnett. Who else fucking came out straight out of high school to the NBA? Drop it in the comments if you're watching right now. I know obviously LeBron James, Kevin Garnett was probably like one of the first ones. Yeah, I know it's on the tip of my tongue. Who else came straight from college? From high school to the NBA. Leave it in the comments. Definitely know it's, Kevin Garnett was one of the first, right? He got the big bag, the big ticket, right? You wasn't that. And I don't know nobody that came straight from high school to the NFL. It doesn't work that way. You're gonna go to college and go through one of those programs. But when the interview that's out now, because a lot of stuff start coming up on TikTok, etc. They interviewing the brother, allegedly. Ain't nobody in the background. You just finished a high school football game. Your parents not there. Your teammates ain't coming to smack your head, pour water on you. Nobody's around in the crowd. It just looked like an empty field. And we supposed to expect and believe, rather, that you did that. I'm just saying, like, again, me and some of my co-workers was talking about the 9/11, who did it, who didn't do it, and what Jadakiss said. Why did Bush knock down the towers? Why you around them cowards? Like, some people believe it was us that did it. Some people believe it was, the Muslims that did it, right? And we all know the history of that. Just something to think about. On your spare time, if you watching, we on YouTube and we live on Instagram. Check out the study of gematria. That's with a GEMTRSA, you know what I mean? Go look up on YouTube what's gematria, and you'll be surprised at what you find. Let's talk about this shit though, right? Let's talk about niggas being greedy. Now, I've been eating long enough now, stop being greedy. Keep it real, son. Give to the needy. Ribs is touching. So don't make me wait. Fuck around and I'ma bite you. Snatch the plate. DMX, rest in peace. One of my favorite rappers of all time, right? The Dog, Y'all Can Stand Up, you know what I mean? Icon living. And if you watch the channel, Pop Up His TV, I appreciate you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And I know I met X a few different times on a few different occasions, and He's just as advertised. The same way he do an interview, or you may see him speaking in the interview. That's how he is in real life. You know what I mean? He'll be like, dog, and he'll just start talking, etc. And it was a pleasure to meet DMX the few times that I met him. We got a mutual friend, my nigga Goody, 17 years in prison, got himself out, didn't give up. You know what I mean? Kept going to the law library. That's how ultimately that's our connection through my nigga Goody. You know what I mean? Anyway, y'all can stand up. Anyway, that's DMX Stop Being Greedy. The reason why I'm bringing that up because Gilbert Arenas, No Chill Gil, right? He's in the news, unfortunately, for maybe kind of, sort of, running a gambling operation out there in California, Calabasas, or whatever the fuck they at in California, right? And why I say being greedy, because one, he was a NBA player. They get hella dollars. He wasn't no scrub. He wasn't no Kobe. He wasn't no T-Mac. He wasn't nothing like that. But he was a good shooter, a great shooter, some people may say. As far as shooting a long ball, shooting a three, yeah, definitely, you know what I'm saying? Definitely shooting the three ball and being one of those. He's also infamous for, unfortunately, bringing the blickety-blow to the locker room. And then that was the ultimate downfall of him. They kicked him out of the NBA. No charges brought up against him, but the Washington Wizards got rid of him, etc. Anyway, reinvented itself. Or got his own podcast, No Chill or Gilbert, whatever it is. Kenyon Martin, Swaggy P, couple other people I can't think of. I know Gilbert, it's Swaggy P, and it's Kenyon Martin, right? Swaggy P, Kenyon Martin was gonna fight. Then recently he was got married to another YouTuber, Melanie Monaco, who was, she's a hot tamale. She looked good, right? You know what I mean? She looked good. And a lot of people was like, damn, how he marrying her? Or, why is he marrying her? And what's the, what are they doing? The story came out about him cutting his ex-girlfriend off after he brought her, I want to say a $300,000 ring, but he kind of made back up with her, stayed with her for 6 months, then took the ring back, and then replaced it with a fake ring. And a lot of city boys was like, yo, city boys up 1,000 points. Nah, city boys, we up, nigga. You know what I mean? 1 for you, 1 for me. 2 for you, 1, 2 for me. 3 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me. Like, don't try to play me like I got a flower pot head on some motherfucking purple tape shit. This is funny. So we gotta tell y'all that, right? I'm being funny, but I'm not. People was like, oh shit, that was diabolical. He brought her a $300,000 ring, broke up with her or got back together with her, and then held on for 6 months playing the role, then swapped the ring out, and then when she found out, like, gotcha, bitch. You thought you had a nigga, but we got you, bitch. You got a fake bum ass bubble gum out the slot ring. So, a lot of city boys and a lot of people was like, yo, that's the ill, that's diabolical, yo, shout outs to Gilbert Arenas. Then we see him on First Take and, see him going back and forth and trolling some of the other people in the media. Kwame Brown being one of them, right? And the Kwame boys, right? Now, fast forward, indictment, federal, gambling ring, having ladies in there giving massages and happy endings, and now you looking funny in the face. Now they got you. I don't know if he did it or not, but while we started off with, y'all been eating long enough now, stop being greedy. Let's keep it real, son. Let's give to the needy. Ribs is touching, so don't make me wait. Fuck around and I'ma bite you. Snatch the plate. It's like, damn, why do we always hear these stories about people who seemingly have it all? We're all at your fingertips. You was in the NBA, you a great podcaster, you got shit going for you, you got money. Like, you got money. And then you do some illegal shit, betting on yourself, placing wagers on FanDuel. Not Bobby Porter, it's Michael Porter from Denver Nuggets. His brother was on the Toronto Raptors. got caught for allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of betting on himself, rebounds, points, assists, etc. We just had 2 recent baseball players too get caught up in the wave, and that's why I've been told y'all, you can argue with your moms, you can argue with your co-workers like I was. Sports is rigged, people. You can argue with your motherfucking self. I'm telling you for a fact, sports is rigged. Ex-athletes telling you sports is rigged. You could think that this shit is just a, nah, it's the best team that wins and any given Sunday and woo, 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 and and then Derrick Brooks of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who beat the Oakland Raiders in Super Bowl. Now, what year was this? Maybe, I don't know, I was locked up when they beat them. And so I was locked up maybe 2002, when I was at 5 points after the 9/11 and shit. He came out and said, sports is rigged. And we knew who was going to win the Super Bowl before we even stepped on the field. Damn. How do you know that you was going to win? Or how do you know who was going to win before the game even started? Yeah, why won't we make our own league? It's a great question. I talk about it all the time. I mean, why won't we make our own leagues? Oh, because niggas is the puppet masters and we just on the string doing what they want us to do. It's easy for Jay-Z. You know how easy it was for him to set up the halftime entertainment? How easy it would be for him to get all of the athletes. And side note, is this my show? Y'all know we don't have no set topics. We don't have no set format or how we talk about things. I look for topics, but nothing is set in stone. Nothing is written in script. Michael Parsons, Dallas Cowboy. How about them Cowboys? Jerry Jones, he want to trade. He don't want to play for the Dallas Cowboys no more. One of the best defensive ends in football, right? One of the best. And you're the best around. And nothing's ever gonna keep you down. Like you the best on some Daniel Son shit, Karate Kid shit. He want out of Dallas. So they reporting. It's easy for people like him, the Kevin Harts, the fucking, what was the dude out, the Colin Kaepernicks, and the LeBron James. All of these different athletes, the Serena Williams, anybody you could think of that's the top of their sport. Tiger Woods and Michael Jackson, Tiger Woods, I'm trying to get that Oprah. Michael Jackson, Tiger Woods, I used to rule the world on some Swiss Beat shit when he came out with his album. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, I'm trying to get that Oprah. They're talking about the money. You telling me that all of these athletes, but you're back, can't start their own league? Yeah, it may take a little time. Ice Cube did it. Started the Big Three. And Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics, this was another topic last year when it was like he's unmarketable. They was looking at him with the side eye. Just won Finals MVP, Eastern Conference MVP over Jason Tatum, his teammate. Y'all remember? Because we spoke about this on Popovich TV, especially during my segment NBA Picking with Pop, when we gave out the plays every day, and we hit on a lot of them. In fact, at the end of the season, we had a winning record. Right? Play of the day. Anyway, players like him, 300 million. Other players, Steph Curry's, LeBron James. Why can't they start their own league, Jay? Why can't they? Who's stopping them? Ain't nobody really stopping them. Who's stopping them? Then when you add the people in Hollywood and the people that got the big money, what was this? What is it? The FXL, outside of football, the NFL, The Rock, and the other person, he was from we just talked about this last week when Hulk Hogan died. Rest in peace. Is it Egg McMahon or something McMahon? Right? He was the commissioner of wrestling. He got together and they started the FXL. Could be contract stopping them. I believe again, we jumped a little bit. Sports is rigged, in my opinion. I've seen too many examples right on. Like sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm not, but I'm telling you, I've won a lot of money even though I'm broke. If that makes sense or not. But I'm talking about on those particular games. When I knew who was going to win. I knew why they was going to win. Or I knew why they was going to lose. Right, in these contracts. I think they sign NDAs or they sign certain things that they can't talk about. And if they do, they're going to just make you look like you the boo-boo the fool. Or they're going to do some shit to you and done you off. Yeah, I believe that. Because why else would we not have our own league? You look at besides baseball and hockey, football, NBA, those are the, besides football, it's football in America, obviously in other countries, football, which is soccer, that's the biggest sport. But between football and basketball and Hollywood and Hollyweird, it's enough black entertainers and athletes to put their money together, especially even with college now, because we know the not NDAs, that's not speaking and shit, not NDAs. What's the shit that they got going for them now with the likeness, the shit that what's the name of that shit that they got in there now? And some athletes is getting paid. Not even counting, that's not even counting the rappers. Or that's not counting the rappers. Then what do the college people got going for them? It's not NDAs. It's the likeness of them, and they getting paid now. So that's why they can transfer, go through the transfer portal. They can demand certain money, and that's why certain athletes like Juju Watkins, right, who hurt herself, or certain college athletes, they get into the bag. Make no mistake about it. Some athletes in college is getting more money in college than they'll make in the pros. They millionaires already, right? They can easily put together a league when you got a hole behind you. A LeBron James, not one, not two, not three. It would be easy. But anyway, we talked about all that shit to say Gilbert Arenas, multi-millionaire, right? $100 million contract, I believe he got when he was in the NBA. Doing well for himself in the podcasting space now. Maybe not as good as somebody like a Stephen A. Smith who jumped into the podcasting. Maybe not as good as Joe Buttons, who's been in the podcast world. Maybe not as good as somebody like a $1 Million Podcast. I'm just throwing podcasters out there that I watch, that I know have a big following. Maybe not to their level yet, but still doing well for yourself. Why are you doing an underground, allegedly, gambling ring? You got the prostitutes in there. You looking like Paul Pierce when he got fired from ESPN. You smoking a little hookah, even though he wasn't smoking hookah. You got the Spanish mommies. Don't stop, pop that thing, doo-doo brown. I wanna rock, I wanna rock, I wanna rock. Like, hey, and boy, a lot of women was mad. A lot of y'all was mad. I know y'all not watching right now, but where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? A lot of y'all ladies was fucking mad that he had the joints in the back, dancing over his shoulder, bringing them drinks and popping their little cooches, right? While he was talking shit on live. And it was like, this is Paul Pierce. No, this is champion Paul Pierce. Just doing what men do. He wasn't breaking no laws. Weed is legal, recreational now, right? Or whatever have you. He wasn't doing nothing out of the norm that a regular person of his stature would be doing. Yet ESPN fired him, right? Gilbert Arenas. Are you being greedy? Allegedly, maybe, kind of, sort of. How much money was you making off this gambling ring operation? Was it going to impact your way of living, your quality of life, that much more than what you already was getting? And it goes to, maybe not really, but I still want to drive this point home while we're on this topic. A lot of us live above our means, right? Especially if you're but you're black and you live in the ghetto. Your kids got all the Jordans in the world. They got all LeBron James. Your daughter's got all the bags and all the fucking Gucci belts, all of the extension, the different color weaves. They nails as long as a fuck. I don't even know how they wipe their ass. I'm being funny, but I'm not. They got all the accessories and the essentials, but you still living paycheck to paycheck. You still broke. You still ain't got no 401k. You still don't got no RIA. You still don't have no investments. You still trying to figure it out. Yeah, in your household, you value certain things more than what's really important. Now, the rich people don't have that problem because they've been rich for a while. You know, they came in the NBA or NFL, wherever they got their money. They just still doing the most with their money. They still looking for, you know what I mean, that big come up. You say, damn, you getting all this money. Why are you doing this? Why are you betting on yourself even though you gave that $50,000 to your broke ass cousin? You told him to open up a FanDuel account. You're like, listen, in this game here, I'm getting less than 10 rebounds, even though I average 13. I'm going to get less in this game. Put 100,000 on that. Is that extra 100,000 really going to change the dynamics and how you live your life? It's really not. It's really, 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 really not. Now, somebody like me, if I put 100,000, if I had 100,000, right, on a game, win or lose, and I win, oh, I'm up. Like, we up. Niggas ain't even making 100,000 a year, 70,000 a year, 65,000 a year, even though you hear women say, like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the fuck is the ladies at? Even though you hear them say they want niggas 6 feet tall, 6-pack, making over 600 grand, and you want all these things. And I'm just being funny, but I'm not. Because that's the going rate nowadays, fellas. If you had no clue and you've been living under a fucking rock. They want you to be over 6 feet tall, have longer than a 6 feet Johnson, and they want you to be making over 100 grand just to even be able to be in their presence, even though they don't have those things. And that's not the topic. That's just a side note, because this is my show. You say, damn, I gotta make over 100K. So if I was to bet 100,000, 200,000 on a game or a sporting event, and I was to win, that would be a great come up for me. But for somebody like a Gilbert Arenas, a Michael Porter, his brother, who I can't think of his name. I think it was Jonathan Porter or Jay Porter or some shit like that. Is that really going to change your life? So how much more money do you need risking yourself and your freedom to make a couple extra 100 grand when you already a millionaire? You ain't got no businesses going for yourself. You don't have nothing else that you got to operate and buy a mansion or buy some, beachfront property or whatever it is. And I don't know all of the details because I really didn't Google and look at it like that. I seen the story. I said, damn, Gilbert Arenas indicted. He might be going to the feds and he might be out of here. And you know what's coming next if you watch the channel. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video, out of here. Your Mercedes Benz and your Range Rover, out of here. Your days as being a podcaster and being on First Take as a guest, you out of here. You might be locked up, my nigga. And from what I'm hearing, each charge carries 5 years. You got 3 charges. You could be going for 15 years. Do I think he's going to be going for 15 years? No. He might tell. You ain't no stand-up nigga. You probably going to tell, nigga. That's my opinion. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I do view people like when you've been living out of the ghetto for so long and you sleeping on satin sheets and you got maids and, butlers and shit bringing you motherfucking double shots, espressos, and lattes. You think you fit to go do 5 years, 10 years, 7 years in a federal prison, even though it may just be like a little camp because of the crime, white collar crimes? Yeah, I think you're telling on everybody. And Kareem Akbar, you are the true leader of the C&B, and if I'm going down, then nigga, I'm taking everybody with me. You crazy? I'm not going to do no 10 years for you. Telling on everybody, nigga. You going down. And that's just what it is, right? Am I surprised or shocked and amazed when you put the beat on? No. Because greed gets us all. You could be a millionaire and have everything in other people's eyes. Especially if those other people are poor and they just getting by. On some Talib Kweli shit, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. Like you living just to get by. They're rich. You figuring out how the fuck you gonna pay $12.50 for this bum ass eggs and this bum ass milk and cheese. You trying to figure that part out, and they rich. They trying to figure out what shoes match with the shirt and the fake ass bracelet or the fake jewelry that they wearing that you think is real and it's not real. You trying to keep up with the Joneses. And what comedian made a great example of that? I think it was Kevin Hart, and he was like, I got a couple dollars, but I realized hanging out with the athletes and trying to do what they was doing, that I was living above my means. I was gonna go broke. And obviously we know Dame Dash. Shout out to Dame Dash, right? Dusko Poppington. Y'all know about Dame on the channel. He's in the media, obviously, for going allegedly broke, not having much, and having to sell his crib in Malibu, which I've been to, you know, in 2017 for the movie Honor Up, etc. that he produced, Cameron, Murder Mook, etc. So we fuck with Dame on the channel. I fuck with Dame on the channel and in the real life, right? But I'm only bringing him up because a lot of people can identify with him. He's allegedly broke, right? Even though now I think he's in Wyoming. He making a couple of videos where he's sitting in the hot tub. He got the fucking cowboy hat on. He's sitting there, you know, talking his shit. Like, if this is broke, then I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking like, yeah, because if that's broke, I would like to be broke that way too. And his broke is not like our broke. You're broke. You need your check every 2 weeks when you get paid, or every week as soon as when you get it, the money is gone and you're really broke. He's not that broke. But the point being, Kevin Hart was like, yo, I'm hanging out with the basketball players, the football players, the athletes, etc. They going out every night. They partying, they popping bottles, they fucking the models, they doing X, Y, Z. And I'm just a lonely comedian. I don't think he had a lot of movies at the time that he was giving the spill. And he just like, yo, if I was to try to do what they do every night or every weekend, I would be broke. I can't keep up with them. Us in the hood, we try to keep up with the Joneses. So Kanye said, damn, them little loafers hurt my pockets. The nigga spent $600 on a pair of fucking Maury's. Well, I did when I came home. Not when I first came home, but maybe like I came home 04, after 10 years. I'm gonna say like 06, brought 05 maybe, brought a pair of Maury's. And my ex-wife, y'all know I was married and shit. I'm obviously divorced, and that's a long time ago. She like, you know, Brown. That's what she called me, Brown. For my long story, but you know, she called me Brown. She like, you paid $600 for a piece of a tire, because the rubber on the bottom of the soles was real thick. She like, for a piece of rubber and a small little piece of gator, you paid $600. You bugging out. And at the time, I thought it was fly. I thought I was styling on niggas. Like, yo, these is fucking Maury's. I paid $600 on some dumb dickhead shit. Not being financially educated. Not knowing how money works. Not knowing a lot of things. And you live and you learn if you're fortunate. Because some of us, we live and we don't learn. We keep making the same mistake over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And we never get it. We die never getting it. We die in debt. We die with our family got to cremate us. We don't got no life insurance. We don't got no motherfucking investments. You leave your kids with nothing. And on some Chaz Baldwick shit, right? From Endgame. And Thanos will have nothing but dust and blood. You get nothing but dust and blood. Your family gets nothing but dust and blood because you ain't make no right moves. You ain't make no moves. You ain't make no bloody money moves on some Cardi B shit. And these is bloody shoes. You made no moves. So your family gets nothing. You ain't figure it out. You was trying to keep up with the Joneses. You was trying to keep up with the fads. And it left you broke. And what Hov say, right? This is, Hov is a billionaire, right? With him and Beyonce. He said, fuck living rich and dying broke. That's for the stupid. And a lot of people was like, oh shit, what Hov teaching us on the 444 album? Fuck living rich and dying broke. With no investments, with no, you know what I mean, with no nothing to give to your family. You just gonna die broke. You look rich when you was alive because you had all of the fashions, you had everything, but you died broke with nothing. You died with nothing but dust and blood. Your family had to put their money together to bury you, to cremate you, because the funeral would have been too much to keep you whole. That wasn't even part of your last request to get cremated. But because they couldn't afford it or they didn't want to exhaust their resources, they just cremated you and said, listen, Uncle Leon, you know, that's my name, or Uncle James, or whoever you are, Auntie Pam, listen, she wanted to be buried a certain way and do X, Y, Z, but she ain't have no life insurance policy. She had no money saved. She had no investments. I ain't really got it like that. I got 200. How much you got? I got a band. You got 200. You got 300. Listen, we're going to cremate them. We're going to have a memorial. We're going to have a little rice and fish for the fucking repast. And that's it. And I hope they remember you. We talked about this on the channel a lot, right? I hope they remember you. We need to educate ourselves on finances, teach it to our kids, and we need to live within our means. And I'll just go to this real quick. This wasn't really the topic. I did save it though, because I think it's pertinent. The little black lady happened to be walking down Canal Street or wherever she was walking at. And but you're black. Talk about this in a quick second. You already know. Can you hear it?
Y'all see this?
Y'all see this?
Hold up.
Hold up.
Y'all see it?
Y'all see it?
I want you to see who their customers are. Okay? Who the customers are.
The customers are.
I'm not trying to make this thing about fucking race, but I need you guys to see something. Because I'm finna make a point. I'm finna make a point, okay?
What's the point?
I see all the motherfuckers that was behind me. I made it a point to record them. Why? Don't you ever let this fucking internet trick you, gaslight you into thinking that these people are actually paying fucking full price. No. They right here on Canal Street. And you can be too. Okay? You can be too. Come over here, cop what you need to cop. Go on DHgate, do what you gotta do. Don't let this internet shame you and you trying to save your little fucking coins. God knows how hard it is to earn them the legal way. You understand? Lord knows. So don't ever in your life feel like you need to keep up with the Joneses or you need to keep up appearances for fucking Instagram, for fucking TikTok, for fucking Facebook. Because these motherfuckers,
I'm being funny.
They buying the foo-foo, okay? And they're saving their coins. So do the same.
He was saying some awful things. You bitch. That coochie is just oozing.
What?
You my old lady. In the name of the holy light, I cast you out.
So today on the train while we was going downtown, etc., some of my coworkers, y'all know I've been off this wave, right? I got a couple of nice things, designer, right? And they're real. They're real. I brought fake shit too before. Most of the stuff was real. And I haven't brought stuff like Louis, Gucci, Prada, Fendi, anything that you could think of. I haven't brought that in over, it's 2025, I'm going to say maybe 8 years, 7 years. We going strong, and I don't plan on buying it. I shop at the cheap stores now. Not at the thrift shops. I ain't on that level. Not to say that I wouldn't. If I passed by a store, seeing some shit in the window that I thought looked nice on me, etc. I buy all cheap shit now, right? And I make it look good. I have no hiccups about it. I have no problem saying it. My lady all the time be like, yo, be quiet. Like, why are you even telling me your business? If they think it's woo. I'm like, because I don't care. The point being, to the point we just was talking about, why I showed that video and why me and some of my coworkers, I wasn't engaged in the conversation, but they was talking about Jordans, what website or Instagram post or page. Don't shit on the thrifts. They might got some fly shit in there, I'm just saying, right? They was going back and forth, heated arguments, right? And that's the nigga with the fake. Blah, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place. Know your position. Here comes my intuition on some big shit, right? On some sky's the limit. I don't give a fuck if your Jordans is real or they fake. Because Michael Jordan's not doing anything for me. Now, that's not to say that a percentage of his business or the percentage of the revenue is not going to some hungry kids or going to some inner city youth program. I don't know, and I don't care. If it is, then kudos to Michael Jordan, kudos to Tiger Woods or whoever is helping the inner city youth, right? To do better. But we put so much emphasis on if your shit is real, if the shit is 100,000, and your sneakers is 200. Nigga be like, yo, these jeans is $500. Oh, okay, you a dumbass? You pay $500 for a pair of jeans to look good and impress who? Because I don't give a fuck. I don't care if your jeans is $10 or $100 or $1,000. One, I don't even know the name brands. I don't know because I'm not into that. Grown men on the train, probably with kids, like, yo, because those is fake and woo, woo, woo. You know, we on the train. Niggas is loud. Like, yo, we got jobs. Niggas is really, I wear fakes all the time. I drove with Benz and my family taking care of. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. But the mindset of the broken, the mindset of the not financially educated. All right, your Jordans is real, but do you got a IRA? Do you have an investment? Are you invested in the stocks? Is your kids' college fund set up? Do you have something set for them? Do you have life insurance? Do you have certain things in place as an adult that if you get taken off the board, your family, as in the last example that we just gave, don't gotta put a GoFundMe, if you will, to bury you? Do you have those things in place? If you don't, then who gives a fuck if your Jordans is $600 when they first came out? Is it retro? Are they fake? You know, who cares, bro? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? I don't care at all. Quick, real example, right? Somebody thought this shirt was a couple dollars. Told them this shirt was $20, and it's fly to me. Like, oh, your shirt was $20? And I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm not. Anything over $35, the material better be a stretchy, feely. I can wash it mad times and it still look good. You know, make my arms look a little good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not a schmedium. Not a schmedium. If I look good in it, I smell good, my confidence is up. And maybe it's because I had nice things. So I understand it's almost in the sense of when people talk about women, if you're a man. Ladies, you could sit in the back right now for a second. If you're a man and you used to being around nice looking women, being in their presence, having them in your presence, going out, mingling with them, and never was a problem for you to get women or, you know, to just be in women's presence and you don't feel socially awkward. They wasn't curving you. You know, you was desirable. Then you may not be a skirt chaser. You know what I mean? You may not, right. You may not be thirsty for every woman that passion because you had a couple of women. But if you never had no women and now you just getting your confidence or you just getting your swag, then what Jigga say? I guess I got my swagger back. Mommy, they said I killed the man. Well, I guess I got the dagger back. Like, Mom dropping you back off. Hit a U-turn. Jigga, why you do that for? In front of the club, like, thug nigga to the end, tell a friend, bitch, won't change for no paper, plus I've been rich. If you been getting women, whether you was broke and you was poor, but you had personality, you had charisma, you had humor, you know, women love to laugh. So, you know what I mean? Whether you ugly or you out of shape, you could laugh a woman out of her panties easily. You can make it, you know what I mean? You feed a woman or you got a certain swag about you or confidence about you, whether you 6 feet and you got the six pack or not, you're gonna get some buns. That's just what it is. And fast forward in 2025, it's mad easy to get buns if you chase it. It's mad easy because a lot of men stop chasing. A lot of men is socially awkward because we in the social media era, so you always on your phone. You don't know what it's like to go out with like 5 dudes, 5 of your buddies, go downtown to the Fever and certain different clubs and the Bentleys or wherever you was going and see who get the most numbers in one night. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm going to get the most numbers tonight. You don't know what that's like because you just swiping left, swiping right. There's so many apps and all that. But the point being, you know what it is because you did it already. I feel like I'm like that. I had the $700 glasses or, you know, the Gucci belts. At one time I had so many BB Simon belts. And I still got them because they're still, you know, they're stiugh good. Although I haven't worn them in years because it's like, oh, do you really want to go outside with a whole big orange diamond belt on you? You know, like I got a belt that match this color right here. It's like, do you really want to go outside? Belts is old, but I still have them. I haven't sold them or got rid of them. Maybe I should. So if you never did that, then I can understand that. They're like, nah, nigga, this is my time to shine. I'm not letting you nigga tell me what to do. I just bought this watch or whatever the case. I did that already. So I'm not really pressed to do it. Then who am I impressing? I'm not trying to impress no other man. I definitely could give a fuck about what a woman think. I'm not paying my bills. They super valuable now. Well, maybe they are. I got a few. I probably got about like 7 of them. I'm not trying to impress no woman. You're not paying my bills. You're not making my life better and financially. Now, if you are, that's different. So, you know, what we really doing? Live within your means, save your money, then invest your money. Because we all in the rat race. We all, unless you are self-employed, unless you are your own boss, you're working for somebody else. You on the clock for somebody else. That's the reality. And that's what we started the show with, right? We ain't going to be on here too much longer. Maybe like 2 more topics, maybe 3 real quick. We started the show with working for somebody, or we started the show with kids having attitudes and dealing with doing things as a child that they don't want to do, and how that carries over as an adult. Imagine working a 9 to 5 to save and buy. Right, just do the math. This is how I do the math now. Before I wasn't. Obviously, when you hustling too, and obviously y'all know I've been to prison. So although I went to prison 2 times for armed robbery, take him out, bring him up dead, shot him up, shot him on the head. 1 gun, 2 gun, 3 gun, 4. You're mine. It's all about crime. Oh, dang. Like, we took a lot of nigga shit, right? And I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying. When you gotta work for your shit, and let's just say you get $20 an hour, $25 an hour, a $600 pair of shoes, how many hours do you gotta work for that? Just think about it, because I know we don't think about that. You want a new iPhone 17 about to come out, or whatever. The new Galaxy, you know, voice control shit. If you get $25 an hour, you work 8 hours a day, that's $200, right? You got to work 3 days to get 600. You really probably got to work 4 days because unless you off the books, although you may make $200 a day, you're getting taxed. Uncle Sam is going to get his one way or another, and whether you like it or not, nigga, shorty, they're going to get theirs whether you like it or not. Unless you're Donald Trump, and then you ain't paying no taxes, then that's a totally never fucking situation. But if you work legally, you legal in this country, and you going to work every day, even if you make $50 an hour, that's a lot of hours that you got to do to get an iPhone, to get a pair of sneakers, to get some glasses. I lose glasses all the time now. And what Rick Ross said, had so many shades they thought I had a lazy eye. Shorty roll me smooth as my Mercedes ride. Like, nigga, show no love, cry when only babies die. I got mad glasses. All them shits is fucking... It is. It's totally unfair for some. And for some, everything go good, right? Mad glasses, done sat on them, lost them shits on the train, lost them shits outside doing... And it's nothing, because it's like, no, my glasses $10. My glasses $15. My glasses is $5. And because I have a history of wearing nice things, people may think it's, you know, expensive. Well, so I had a watch on the other day. People, one of my coworkers said, yo, I don't even know the name. He said, yo, that's a such and such? And I said, what? He said, yeah, that's a such and such watch. I said, nah, my nigga, shit ain't no. I said, nah, I don't even know what that is. He said, nah, it looked like whatever name, I can't think of the name. He said, nah, it looked like a shit's cost a couple dollars. I'm like, nah, my nigga, this watch is $30. I'm not paying no whole lot of money for no watch that I'm gonna lose, break, fall in the water or whatever, or get robbed. I'm not paying no whole bunch of money. But in his mind, it looked like something, so he thought it was something. And although a lot of times perception is reality, reality is not perception. It doesn't add up. So I just pointed out that video. No matter if your shit is real, no matter if it's fake, we as a people have to stop putting that on our own brains and then pushing it or projecting on other people. Like, if you don't got Louis, Gucci, or whatever, you broke, or your fashion ain't intact. Because it's a lot of black-owned businesses, a lot of small businesses that have way flyer clothes, better material, better stitch, better, you know what I mean? Like, they giving certain percentages back to the communities that help build their businesses up. And you go to these, you know, these high-end brands, and you say, yo, I'm doing a cookout for all of the, you know, people we lost in the last 20 years, like Heaven Up in Harlem. Every year we do this shit. Niggas is looking you in your face, dead in your face. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not giving you no money for no cookout. I'm not giving you no money for no endangered youth. I'm not giving you no money for no parents that need resources. Get the fuck out of here. That's not what they're saying. That's how they're looking at you, though. And even in this community here, we stopping businesses at my job to tell them who we are, what we do, and but you're black, and you want to go to South Africa. When we go in these businesses, say, hey, we a non-profit organization, we against guns and anti-violence and woo, and we work with the youth to get them out the streets, and we do boxing, we do this, we do that, and they looking at us like, yeah, okay, nigga. Yeah, okay, nigga. How may I help you? You buying a soda out of here for $3? You buying a sandwich for $10? I brought a sandwich the other day. That shit was $10.05. I said, damn, I may have to go back to Subway's. Sandwich $10.05 or $10.25 rather. I said, damn. All I got was a turkey and cheese. Told niggas to put one slice of cheddar cheese because I don't want a whole bunch of cheese, but I still want cheese. Side note, this is my show. Pop up his TV, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I only get one slice of cheese on my sandwich, and I tell them to split it if I'm getting the hero. That's how I do. Still getting charged the same amount, but I don't want to waste the food. I said, damn, nigga, all I got was turkey and cheese, lettuce and tomatoes, or maybe some red onions, salt and pepper, nigga. Oh, information. Yeah, maybe it is that, bro. Maybe it is that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But a turkey and cheese, a hero, $10, 25 cents, they're not giving back to the community. And they pass their businesses down to their kids, to their nieces and nephews, and they stay in our neighborhoods, Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, 40 years, 50 years. Your kids grow up in the same neighborhood, and we keep passing the dollars down to them. Oh, but you're black. What we really doing? Come on now. You got like 2 more topics and we out of here. Because we've been on here for a little minute. Pardon me. Charleston White, right? Is that what we're talking about right now? Hold on, not Charleston White. We're talking about Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar Johnson. You already know, my brother. All I can do is try to keep it a buck. I'm not always right, though. I'm not always right. You know what I mean? If I was always right, then, you know, I'll be AI probably. But bringing it back to, I like to keep tying things in instead of just talking and rambling, even though it may seem like I bounce all around sometimes. And sometimes I do, because that's what the conversation dictates. But talking about kids, and I work with them, right? Dealing with disappointment, etc. Another thing that I talk about them on, as we spoke about, is integrity. And so that brings us to Dr. Umar Johnson, right? The brother that keeps repeating himself over and over. And I know he does that to distinguish himself and, you know, to get the message across, but apparently, maybe, kind of, sort of, he's spinning in the clip right now, as I like to say. That means he's just going viral. For allegedly his bank accounts being frozen, Medea, not Tyler Perry, the lady he was dealing with tried to break into his account, did some fraudulent activity to his account, so they froze his account. And when I first started doing this channel, Pop of His TV, 5 years ago, maybe a little 5.5, maybe even coming up on 6 years, and we still not viral. I need somebody to answer that too. When you get it, Jay, let me know. Dr. Umar Johnson, we spoke about him. He was going somewhere, but I guess he stopped in Vegas. And y'all know I've been to Vegas mad times, right? 5 or 6 times. Soon as when you step off the plane, it's slot machines. Where's my little slot machine? I got it over here somewhere. I got so much shit on my background. This is the newest thing right here, from fucking Fantastic Four, Herbie, right? I wanted the Galactic's head, but they were sold out, so we had to get the robot. Anyway, as soon as when you step off the plane in Vegas, if you've never been, right? If you've been, then you already know. In the airport, it's slot machines. They gearing you up, they revving you up so you can lose your money. Because that's your money, son. 1 for you, 1 for me. 2 for you, 1, 2 for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get over on you. Soon as when you step off the plane and you get your bag and you walk it through, you know what I mean? It's slots in there. It's machines because they gearing you up. Anyway, when I first learned about him, I didn't know who fucking Dr. Umar Johnson was. He was at the slot machine. He was like, I don't gamble, guys. I'm just here. I just landed. I'm waiting for my stop my stopover, etc. But he was talking about the school that's supposed to be he's building, right? And 6 years later, 5 years later, still no school built. He's still trying to, you know, I don't really want to say finagle because I don't want to like put stuff on him that may not be true. Maybe he has some run-ins, etc. I know he asked for a lot of donations, and I sat back and I said, damn, at that time, he was only asking for $2 million. And you know what I'm going to do next. The purple tape, 1.5. Say no names. Serial numbers clean. Say yes and no, nigga. You know what the purple tape, Raekwon, Ghostface. Say yes or no. Serial numbers clean. 1.5 million. Nigga like, oh, 1.5? Oh, I'm going to kill everybody for 1.5. Serial numbers clean. Just point me in the right direction. I'm going to kill everybody. I'm being funny, but I'm not. He was asking for $2 million. I said, damn, Jay-Z ain't got $2 million. He helped Lil Wayne. Yeah, LeBron James ain't got $2 million. He did his own little promise school. Jalen Rose, he got like a little school. Oprah Winfrey, you know, took all the girls to Africa. We scratching our heads still for all those missing young girls. You know what I mean? All of these various high-profile people, we don't got no schools. Oh, but you're black. We don't have no hospitals. Oh, but you're black. Fuck the NFL and having our own sporting leagues. Where's our own fire departments, police departments, hospitals, certain things that's essential for us? We don't even have that. So when he was like, yo, I'm building a school for young black boys, young black girls, and this is power to the people, I'm like, oh, because I didn't know who he was, right? This is during COVID time and still early in my YouTube video stages, and a lot of my videos is still up when this whole background had nothing on it, maybe except a pair of cozy soles, which these are the phone posits, and these is the Marty McFlys, Back to the Futures. And we just had those up there with 1 cup. I only had 1 cup. You know what I mean? Before we even started doing Tony, there was no other way. You can go back and look at my old videos. We ain't have no background. We just was starting. Now I got so much shit, I can't even put everything up there. Anyway, I didn't know who Dr. Umar Johnson was. I'm like, damn, he doing a good thing for the people, in my mind, right? But I'm like, the optics look bad. You sitting there at a slot machine asking people for money. That doesn't even look right. So what does this have to do with integrity? This is what it has to do with integrity. Same thing I was telling the youth that I work with, the young people. Once your integrity is shot, it's going to take you a long fucking time to build it back up. Whether it's your family, co-workers, friends, regular people, especially if you're in social media and you're in the public eye like he is, Once your integrity is splatted, Megan Thee Stallion, and you better dance, bitch. And what do you mean that I slept with Tory? Intimately? Yeah, bitch, you know what the fuck we mean. Did you get that nigga some pussy? And I gotta say it like that. I know I may burn your ears, but y'all know what Gail was asking. So let me ask you a question. Was you intimate with Tory? And y'all know her face. She was like, what do you mean? Looked at her and Gail was like, girl, you know what the fuck I mean. Did you get this nigga some pussy or not? And she like, no, you're lying. Once we catch you in the lie, once we see that you ain't authentic and your true self, now everything you say after that is bullshit. So Dr. Umar Johnson, you at the slot machines asking us for money, but you at Vegas, even though you at a stopover, playing slot machines, asking us for money for your school. Fast forward where we at now. This is why I had to preference that. Now your bank accounts is frozen. A girl or a lady you was dealing with try to break into your accounts. Now you asking us for money because you got no digital money. You can't take care of your moms. Your bills is about to pile up on you. Bro. Y'all know how he repeat himself. Bro. Are you serious right now? Do you really think that we're that stupid? Or do you really think we're that naive and that we can't see through the fog? The snake, the rat, the cat, the dog. How you gonna see it when you living in the fog? The snake, the rat, the cat, the dog. Like, bro, come on, my nigga. You supposed to be this doctor, professor, you know, all these degrees type of intellectual mind, right? And I would never say that I could match wits with him. Maybe I could, maybe I can't. But I mean, like, on the sitting down on the panel and we had to match wits and, you know, all that type of shit. Maybe he'll outdo me and challenge, nigga. Bill Cosby, challenge. He might outbeat me, right? But my integrity is intact and yours is not. And we looking at you with this side eye and you like, you know, black queens, never know white snow bunnies, and you coming with all this rhetoric, but bro, you mean all your businesses was tied up into one account? How long you been doing this shit again? How long you been asking for a school? How long have you been on social media and doing what you do and your business is not right? And we are supposed to just take everything that you tell us to be right and exact? It doesn't look good. The optics is bad. And so that's what I tell the young people. That's what I tell myself. At all costs, Malcolm X said, by any means necessary, and I am Malcolm X, by any means necessary. As individuals, you got to make sure your integrity is intact. You cannot make sure your people look at you like, oh, no, it's possible he'll steal out my car. It's possible that he'll do that to that young girl. It's possible that he beat up on his wife. It's possible that he would do this. If it's any, you want people to be like, nah, that's he didn't do that. She didn't do that. Now I'm standing on business when it comes to him. You see how, for instance, just so I can paint the picture for you. When Jay-Z was accused right after Diddy and all that shit, and the same scumbag lawyer, I can't think of his name right now, Bixby or whatever the fuck his name was, piece of shit ass lawyer, that's what I'm gonna call him. Not gonna bite my tongue. Fuck him and fuck whatever he stand for. And people like him that do scumbag shit. Stephen A said, listen, I know Jay-Z for 20 years. He would never do no shit like that to no little girl or no underage girl, etc. Now, some people, if you on the other side of that, like, wow, he was dealing with Aaliyah, he was dealing with Foxy Brown, like Beyonce was young. I get, I'm just talking about the people that know you, the people who have intimate relationships with you. They know you. They grew up with you. They're your day ones. They in your inner circle. You always want them to say, nah, I went to school with this nigga. I know his mom's. I went to his house when he ain't have shit. Now that he's a multi-millionaire, billionaire running the business, I hung around him in parties. I seen him curve people or women come up to him like, you know, what's a video going viral now where it's a black woman talking to a black dude and she like, you want your dick sucked? And I give good head. Y'all seen the video, probably. I don't got it saved, I don't think, but I seen it. And it's going viral. And he like, what you say? you know, it looked like he wanted to get his dick sucked, but he know he being filmed. He know that she's out of pocket, even talking to him like that. So he's downplaying it like, oh, you look like you give good head. She's like, you want to find out, looking all thirsty, right? Like you thirsty, stock bucket. And he like, I don't know about all that. And she real thirsty. You want the people to be like, nah, I went to school with this nigga. I went to college with this nigga. We hung out. We sold drugs together. We robbed niggas together. We was in jail together. He had a chance to mess with a fag, but he didn't do it. He had a chance to do X, Y, Z, but he didn't do it. And you want those people integrity to be intact so that when they defending you over bullshit, it can be believable. Because we know that in the court of public opinion, you ain't here for no muscle-bound jimmies. Use his for that girl. Like the jingle, you wasn't here for no motherfucking muscle-bound jimmies. We know you lying out your teeth and you here for that girl. We know what you really doing here. You just trying to fool and dupe us. But your plan ain't gonna work. Because we know who you are. We know that somebody got you on record talking to a young girl. We know somebody got you saying some wild shit like, nah, you know, 17 is almost 18. What, nigga? What? Like if your character is questioned in that sense in any way, if something in the future happens, we're gonna all look at you like, bro, chick, sister, whatever. You want a record of saying this. We got you when you thought nobody was looking. What's the video of Dante Jones? Not Donnell Jones, the singer Where I Wanna Be. The nigga from the Clippers, I think he's the assistant coach now, digging in his ass, sniffing it and then writing his name on the side of the wall, some nasty shit. You can never say that you ain't piss on the bitch, you ain't do some nasty shit. You never can say that now, because we all seen you dig in your ass, smell it, then write it on the wall. You never could say, you could say what you want, but we all gonna look at you and say, yo, nigga, you came out the hotel room, you walked to the elevator, you looked both ways, you looked both ways again, then you dug in your ass, nigga, you put your hand in your ass, then you smelt it, looked at your fingers, looked at it like nasty, and then you rolled on the wall and pressed the fucking elevator. You never could tell us nothing about not being nasty, because we seen it. You're done. It may take you years to live that down. Any chick he deal with, nigga may never shake his hand again. Nigga may never, I would never shake his hand. Never eat with him, never share certain intimate shit with him. You nigga, you dug in your ass. And that's not to say that a lot of people don't do that. Who was before him? The soccer player, no, not the soccer player, the soccer coach, sitting in the dugout, digging. Shit was all over SportsCenter. Even I didn't see this on SportsCenter. Seen this on Instagram. But the soccer coach, his shit was on SportsCenter. Sitting in the dugout. I think he was by himself, maybe like two other people, sitting casually, dug in his ass, smelt it. And then I think he even digged in his nose or he ate it. Some wild shit. It's like, bro, what are we doing? And as a man that goes into the men's bathroom, I'm a clean person. I know I'm not A1 clean, the cleanest, but I'm very clean. I use soap and water when I take a shit. When I finish peeing, I use water on my penis when I'm done, and I wash my hands. That's a fact. Every time. I'm not a dirty nigga in that sense. May do some other shit. Scorpios be the best. You know what I mean? And ask your girl nigga's a player in that regards. I'm being funny, but I'm not. If I was talking about hygiene, using the bathroom, I'm not nasty like that. I'm not going to be in the kitchen when I'm cooking food, doing certain shit. That's just not what I'm going to do. But I say that to say, as a man, I done been in the bathroom plenty of times. Public bathrooms, stadiums, concerts, clubs. Niggas go in there, touch their dick, take a shit, do whatever, walk out. The niggas don't wash their hands. Then they come give you a mad pound, want to hug you on the back, touch your neck and all that. Like, my nigga, you just... Nigga, give me the fist bump. I can't even touch your fist, nigga. Just give me a dap, because you nasty. A lot of niggas is nasty. A lot of women is nasty, too. But this is the reality. The point back to integrity is, once we see it, we can't unsee it. You get caught in mad lies, you could be telling the truth now. but we already know you're a liar. So how are we going to distinguish and determine if you lying or not? Nigga, you're a fucking liar. We all caught you in a lie. You ain't fucked that bro. You lied on your dick. You said you fucked her. You didn't fuck her. She recorded you saying, nigga, why you telling all your mans and them you fucked me when you didn't? Yo, I'm sorry. You know, I was trying to impress them niggas. All the niggas like you, so I wanted to act like I got it first. And then that gets out? No, now every chick you told us that you fucked, we ain't gonna believe that you got the buns because you lied. And she recorded you saying you, confessing that you was just trying to cap for us. Because you was trying to impress us. And we ain't care whether one way or not. But because you was caught up in the perception and how we viewed you and your playerism, you lied on your dick. And now you can't, you know what I mean? We don't believe you. You need more people. Last topic and we out of here. How long we been on here? A little hour and some change. Not too long. I think we started like at 10:30. Shannon Sharp. You're fired. And I'm not happy he's being fired, but I just had to throw that Donald Trump in on The Apprentice. You're fired. You're out of here. And you know what's coming next. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video, out of here. Your Mercedes Benz and your days on ESPN being the host. You're out of here. So we know that he settled. If I'm not mistaken, what I read was 15 to 20,000. 20 million. Hella money. And a lot of people are bringing up the receipts of him when he was on the Nightcap talking with Ocho Cinco about only having 30 bands for his daughter and her wedding. And a lot of women, a couple of men too, but definitely the majority of people who had commentary on this was women. They was looking at him with the side eye like, nigga, you a millionaire. You got all this money and all you could donate to your daughter's wedding is 30,000. Yet you gave this girl, some white girl, fans only girl, who you was playing slave master with, 20 million, 15 million. And you're fired. So ESPN came out, Shannon Sharp also came out. I think his brother was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's his big brother. He talked about him a few times. Obviously, look up to his big brother. He reveres big brother. He like, damn, I'm mad that my personal situation has overshadowed what you got going for you and your greatness. I didn't want it to be that way. It is what it is. So he was kind of mad at ESPN, taking little jabs at them, etc. And, my thing is this, bro. Although you may not like how ESPN handled it, and in a general sense, as us as adults and human beings, when a situation take place, you may not like how it's covered, you may not like how it's handled, or what's the backlash. The thing is, the onus is on us to watch what we get into. Watch how we move. And Jay-Z said, show you how to move in a room full of vultures. You got to know how to move. At your big old age, you're in your 50s. I hope to be in my 50s soon, right? And we soon come, because I'm getting up there, right? And still thinking nigga is handsome, and even with the gray hair, we trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being funny. Take care of yourself. Health is wealth. You still fucking with OnlyFans models that's 21, 22, 23. You getting recorded, you doing certain things, you getting caught out there, you look sloppy. You look like you don't know the time of day, you don't know what it is. So now when you gotta settle, and you're talking about your own kid, your own daughter getting married, which is a lot of people not getting married nowadays. Marriage is on a heavy nosedive. You had to give up 20 million out of your finances, out of your resources. That's not gonna be to your family. Some white woman booked you for years and years of hard work of what you had to do. They booked you, nigga, for 20 M's. And you look like Boo Boo the Fool out here. You had to step away. We'll be back during football. Say, oh, no, you won't, nigga. Now, some will say, devil's advocate, right? He don't need ESPN. ESPN needed him. The ratings is down, OK5, such and such, Lakers in 5, and, all the funny shit that Shannon Sharp brought to ESPN. He is a great host, commentator or what have you. Personality is great. Bigger than life persona. made for TV, and obviously it may not always been that way, but he developed his character or his persona, and what's pushed out there to the media, he can match wits with the best of them. Obviously, if it's talking about the NFL, 3-time Super Bowl champion, tight end, Denver Broncos, etc., John Elway and the drive and all that, like, it ain't nothing nobody could really say to Shannon Sharpe, right? Now, there may be some other tight ends who eventually passed him yardage-wise, touchdown-wise, but he was a bad man. So far as the X and O's and the game goes, it ain't really nothing you can tell him. And then now when you add the comedy and you add the commentary, he's built for TV, he's made for TV, right? Or he made himself into a high commodity to be on TV, to get paid the millions of dollars. You did all that work. You put all that work in and you did X, Y, Z, only for some 19-year-old at the time, now 21, 22-year-old, you end up settling for 20 million? Not 1.5, nigga, the purple tape. Double that, triple that, quadruple that. Still ain't gonna be enough. You could do 2 million for 5 years and you still gotta double that. And what Hov said, you know what I mean? I go on and on. He like, yo, LeBron James, and we still worth, you know what I mean? So 150 million, and I'm still 20 short for what I did off one deal, nigga. I'm getting Will Smith money, nigga. You crazy? You did all that to get duped by some millennial or Gen Z or whatever the fuck these, you know, these people era is now. I know I'm Generation X. Whatever generation is now, she's that. She duped you. Not the older, my grandmother biscuits and my grandmother said this, my grandfather did that, my older brother this. You got duped out of your money. 20 M's, it's a lot of money. And you got fired. And you got publicly ridiculed, and your image in the public took a major hit. Major. That's not to say he won't never recover. Who knows, right? You the topic today, tomorrow you not the topic. That's why I always play on the channel, or I like to quote, it's one of my quotes, and we got a few of them. You spinning in the clip, nigga. You spinning in the clip right now. For a few days, you spinning. That's why he was mad. Like, yo, y'all spinning me, but the story is about my brother. No, nigga, the story is about you. Because obviously you didn't learn shit from your brother. He ain't got no scandals, but you do. Kareem Akbar. Gotta look at yourself, black man. You gotta look at yourself, brother, sister. Anytime you in a compromising position, yeah, somebody could have fucked you over, but it's your job to read the room. Read who's in your inner circle. If a big famous YouTuber, right, Hassan Campbell, pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. You have to pay attention to what's in front of you, my nigga. Sister, you gotta pay what's in front of you, who's around you, who you telling your secrets to. And it's a small world, so you better guard your secrets. And it's easy to get money, but it's hard to keep it. Never been the type to like to hound no bitch. All I do is try to keep niggas around me rich. Screw all of y'all cowards, I consider you lame. Had to save my lunch money just to get in the game. Come on, bro. Keeping niggas around me rich. I ain't worrying about no bitch in her little box. And when you in your 50s, like I said, maybe, and you would think that this wouldn't apply to him. Because even though some, and I'm not judging his looks, but some may hit him with the Biggie line, like black and ugly as ever. However, I stayed Gucci down to the socks. Some niggas say, yeah, he muscular, but that nigga's ugly as ever. I'm not saying that. But even if he was black and ugly as ever and talked like a country pumpkin, he still always had the bag. And so women, they don't care about your looks. As long as you got a couple dollars and you a millionaire, one for you, one for me. Two for you, one, two for me. Nigga, you can take me anywhere, you can fly me around the world. That nigga got the uncle got the bag. Niggas gonna do what you say, they're gonna fall in line. We see it all the time. So I said that to say, he shouldn't have been one that never had no women on his body before, even though he may be considered ugly by other men or even other women. You been had money, my nigga. You been a champion. You been in the limelight. So don't tell me you just started getting women and now you kind of didn't know how to act. So that's why you made miscalculations. That's why you didn't read the room. That's why you getting taken for 20 million by some 20, 21-year-old white joint. because you never got no buns before. Again, if you never got no buns before, I can see little chick touch your face. You're so handsome. You know what I mean? Or woo, or what Drake say. Women I thought was adorable. Now they're attaching rhetorical. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know they say, oh, you adorable. I know that question is rhetorical. Used to fall asleep on these bitches' floors. They ain't want me. Now I'm that nigga. Talking about Drake. Now I'm that nigga. All these bitches on my body. There ain't a bitch in this club that I can't get. I can get all of you bitches. Because I'm using that word, I'm being funny, but I'm not. Drake could get any bitch, right? At least that was probably the mindset of writing those lyrics. He's like, I fall asleep in sorority. Weezy had all authority. Bitches I like, they was ignoring me. Now I'm that nigga. Now all these bitches on my body. So I want you. And what the Gala song said, all these bitches is on me, and I could get any one of them. Because I'm that guy now. I'm that chick you ain't gotta lie to. I'm that nigga that they say, like I get any woman. So you gotta tell me, Shannon Sharp, you never had the player phase to where you fumble the bag in your 50s? Because you in your 50s. How you fumble the bag? I can see if you I was about to say Travis Scott. Travis Hunter. Y'all know him, right? Deion Sanders, Shador Sanders, the Buffalo, whatever the team, right? Everybody making fun of him because of the joint. His wife now, that's his wife. So put respect on her name, because she was smart, no prenup. She said that nigga was waiting outside in the car for 5 hours while she was in there dancing her little funky ass, right? Dancing, niggas dancing on her body, grinding on her little booty. And she Mexican or whatever her nationality is. She like, we got tequila running through our veins, and all of the rappers is like, no, Travis, don't tell me you was in the club. I mean, you was in the car. You ain't even go in the club. You let her dance and party for 4 hours and niggas dancing and grinding on her ass, and you sat in the car? Now you a millionaire, first round draft pick, number 2 in the draft? I think he was number 2, yeah, because the dude from Miami went number 1, if I'm not mistaken. You went number 2 or 3 in the draft to the Tennessee Titans, and you gonna let this shorty take all your money? You're not used to no women, so we can understand that. But when you danced around, I've been around, I've been around. You know, Mace like, ooh, you been around. Trick what, trick who? That ain't what Mace do. Got a lot of women that'll love to replace you. Tell you to your face, boo, not behind your back. Niggas talk shit, you never mind that. Funny, puff a dive sap, blind that. Make niggas say, you know what I mean? Like, come on, you fucking with the Harlem Gigolo. Get your girl, lick her low. Come on. I represent Honey 5 guys and gents. You used to buns. You used to women being on your body. So when the attractive woman is in your presence, you don't melt down to the very last comment. She think I'm sitting here. She said I was cute. Nigga. Are you kidding me? All these bitches think I'm cute because I got money, even if I wasn't cute. So Shannon Sharp, big you the older cousin. You supposed to be setting the example for the new niggas. How are you getting subjected to a chick in the gym? It just doesn't make sense. So you lost your job. You out of 20 million. Do we need ESPN? I'll say not really, because again, he maxed Stephen A. I thought he definitely brought the viewers to First Take, his little segments, etc. Will he bounce back on his feet? Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. He still could go independent. He still got the nightcap and Shay Shay and all that. I think he will bounce back. Will he go back to Fox? I don't know. But let him be a lesson for anybody that's coming after him when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex. Don't get tricked out of your bag because you ain't used to women complimenting you and you don't know how to move with women. Take your time. Follow Derek Jeter. Follow certain players who careers was stellar in the arena, right? But also outside the arena. Not a lot of scandals, not a lot of women playing them, not a lot of knowing their business. Because these niggas is players, or at least they moving like they know how to move, as opposed to other players who all we hear about is their business. Niggas, they girls leaving them, they wives, they getting married too early, They getting everything taken from them. They looking like suckers and bozos. And just because they could dribble a ball or catch the ball or run real fast, don't mean that we should be following them. That's why you never put athletes on a high, pedestal. They go under the armpit. Don Corleone, you under us now, nigga. Not following you. Now maybe financially, because you got a talent and you got a big lump sum, and now you showing us how to invest. You showing us where we should be putting our money at. Yeah, we can listen to you in that aspect. But now when it comes to let me see. Let me see, Will Smith. Because I fuck with all your movies, but you sitting at the red table like Barack Obama with Michelle Obama, and you looking like a sucker. You looking real funny in the face. So you telling me I should listen to you? No, I'm not. That's the message. We've been on here a little long. Friday vibes. I know what it is. Friday, best day, blessed day. And we hope to make it through the weekend. We hope you have a safe weekend. But you know what it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live. We rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling. Back up and here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Be safe.